How's everybody doing out there? My name is Barron. What's your name? Heaven laid in the arms of faith, and not too often do I lay it in an early coffin to my maker, mend my cap and off. Thanks for the oath. This crust of bread is something Providence. Providence. The street sidewalk, cinder broken boulders, lifted from a grateful tortoise shoulders. It's getting dark, yep, and it's getting colder. It's getting gray, oh yes, the day is older. Providence. 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 Rated as the day is ending. Behind the clouds I sense the sun descending. Sun's withholding gold, she says she's sending. Evening's letting gown, her fist is wending. Providence. 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 Providence.
Thank you very much. I gotta thank Guitar Grave for loaning me this guitar. And by loaning, I mean renting. Guitar Grave, man. That's a cool shop. They have like guitars and composite bows. It's one-stop shopping. My boots are heavy and my pants are deep. I'm too tired to go to sleep. My vision's too cute for me to see. A little too good to feel too great. A little too soon to be too late. Sometimes it's tiring to be me. Sometimes it's tiring to be me. It's not like I'm looking for sympathy. I know I'm not the only one in here who's lonely. Tell me, who else could I be? Sometimes it's tiring to my cup's half empty and my coins are spent. I can't get back from where I went. Can't afford the stuff I get for free. I'm all fixed up, as good as new. I don't know why I feel so blue. Sometimes it's tiring to be. Sometimes it's tiring to be. Sometimes it's tiring to be me. Sometimes it's tiring to be me. It's not like I'm looking for sympathy. I know I'm not the only one in here who's lonely. Tell me, who else could I be? 'Cause sometimes it's tiring to be me. Pretty good day, pretty good pay. What's my problem anyway? No specific misery that breaks my feet of clay. Sometimes it's tiring to be me. It's not like I'm looking for sympathy. I know I'm not the only one in here who's lonely. Sometimes it's tiring to be me. Sometimes I'm tired. Sometimes I'm tired. Sometimes it's tiring to be me. Sometimes it's tiring to be me. Thank you. That song is called Sometimes It's Tiring to Be Me. I made it up. I made that shit up. Ladies and gentlemen, may your every step be forward. May your heart be full of light. And may you gaze upon this fucked up world from an extraordinary height. Portland, Maine. Accept no imitations. Yeah, dance. Yo, John Popper. You want to come play some music? I'd like to bring to the stage one of my very, very dearest friends, a guy I've known since I was 15 years old. First time we hung out, I was like, you got a car? He was like, yeah. I was like, can I drive it? He was like, you got a license? And I was like, no. And he was like, okay. Get behind the wheel, drive 3 blocks, turn onto a snowy street, jam on the brakes, because that's what you do when you've never driven a car before, and drive straight over a stop sign. Hey, can you turn that reverb way down? Right? And what does John do? He lets me drive his car every single time for the rest of our friendship.
And what the better story was, like, months later, he's like, oh, I forgot something. He left, like, a big jar of weed under the seat of my mom's car.
You could have been caught any time.
I just want to see my mom get popped.
That would have been hilarious if your mom went to jail because of me.
Mary, yeah, this is most
It's one thing to dent your dad's bumper. It's another thing for your mom to go to like the Bend because of me. It's been somebody's girlfriend. Wait, that went too far, wasn't it? You can't go too far with John.
You can't go too far with my mom. She's been around before.
She's been around though, but she knows. She's John Popper's mom.
Yeah, she's a lawyer. Don't fuck. So what are we doing?
F.
I've seen this guy. He would come to Nightingale's and do this, what he's doing in between show, and I kept wanting to yell, like, "Who are you?" I always was doing that to you. Like,
yeah. And like crack addicts coming up to me and being like, yelling at me, like arguing with me. I'm like, dude, I'm singing. I don't know. I don't understand. From Princeton, New Jersey, it's confusing enough without you in my face. I don't understand the drugs you're doing.
But we would in time.
Eventually we
would learn.
We would. Well, John, this is an F. It's in the tonality of F. The captive birds that you set free, deep within the heart of me, weight that you've lifted off my chest, yeah, yes. Hopefully miles and miles of track you have lifted off my back. When you ask this a bag of bones to share your bed, yeah, yeah. Some of the kisses you gave out, I had to wonder about. What exactly did you mean? Where exactly have you been? I know you know. I know you know, yeah, yeah. I know you know. I love you so, love you so. When it was time for me to stay up, I was tempted to run away. I guess that means an awful lot to me, yeah, yeah. I thought I'd flown beyond your call up, but it wasn't true at all. Well, in fact, there was not all that far to fall. Oh, some of the guys that took you out, I had to wonder about. When I drove you home from school, but he looked horrible and cruel. I know you know. I know you know, yeah, yeah. I know you know. I love you so, love you so. I see that I know, you know I love you so. I know, 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 I know. I love you so, 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 love you so. Well, I guess our moms and dads did their best with what they had. When they remember, well, I hope they're not too sad, yeah, yeah. But they might have things to show that they're never going to know. Well, remind me when to let my children go. things that happened long ago. Oh, well, it's really nice to know. Then again, I always knew it. Oh, that you always loved me too. Yeah, yeah, I know you know it. I know you know, yeah, yeah. I know you know. I'll always love you so, love you so. I know you know I love you so. I know, 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 I love you so, 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 love you so. So, I want to tell you guys about meeting John Popper, because this is a fucking cool story.
We were both working in a brothel, and we were the...
Down in New Orleans, and there's this chick named Dolores who used to dance with a cigar in her belly.
We weren't first string, mind you. We would mop up the jizz, and like we got
we had these rubber gloves that came up to here, and
it was disgusting. You had to pick the pubes out of the jizz, so you had the fresh jizz to make soap out of.
So shut up for a second, John.
Sorry.
Here's the real story. It's not nearly as interesting.
Could be more interesting than that.
That was really interesting. Psychologically speaking.
Jizz soap.
It's the new thing. Yeah. It's really good for your skin.
It's full of rich emollients.
Thank you for emollients. I haven't thought about emollients in like 3 hours.
I'm always thinking of emollients.
It takes one to know one.
I'm thinking of all emollients.
I guess I'm not going to tell this story now.
You gotta tell the story. Come on. This is a good story.
So every lead singer fucks around with the harmonica for a little while, right? I had this like harmonica. I made
up a new joke the other day. This is so relevant. What do you call a singer who doesn't want to learn the lyrics? A harmonica player.
That's right.
Thank you. I made that up the other day.
What? Anyway, so I was fooling around with the harmonica, and I thought I was doing pretty good, because I figured out that riff from Love Me Do, right? I was like, wee me but I couldn't figure that part out. Probably because of some Caucasian thing in my bloodstream. So like, but I was really enjoying playing the other part, and everybody was like, "You gotta learn the bluesy bit," and I was like, "Yeah, I'll get to that. So there was this alcove in my high school where I used to cut class and play songs and stuff, and play that thing on the harmonica, and I was playing one time, and I got to that part that I didn't know, and like I hear the bluesy bit coming from like the bottom of the stairwell, and I look down, and there's this like dark figure in the shadows with this like fedora hat on and like this camouflage vest, and it was kind of gloomy. It was like bright where I was and dark where he was. Looking down on him, and I see this like glint, and it was him like taking the harmonica and like flipping it in the air and then like catching it. Just like the sun like glinted off of it, and he like took it, like stuck it in a pocket, and then just like walked away. So I sat there for a second, and I was like, wait a minute, and I ran after him. I was like, hey, show me how to do that. And he was like, you got to figure it out yourself. But then,
kind of a dick, wasn't it?
You were kind of a dick, but it was cool though. I was enthralled. This guy is fucking interesting. So, Spin Doctors just made a new record. It's a blues record. It's a fucking blues record, man. It's all the shit that we used to play in Mondo Cane and Mondo Verso. We made it like a month ago. Yeah, it's called If the River Was Whiskey. It's got a couple new songs on it. Yeah.
That's a killer title.
If the river was whiskey, it's a nice proposition, isn't it? It's a nice thing to think about.
Especially because I can't drink because my friggin' gallbladder, you know.
Sorry, man.
Toasting with that really yummy looking whiskey, too.
I know.
It's killing me.
Loving it, man.
There is no substitute.
This one's in G, John.
I happen to have that.
It's about Ben.
It is.
It's called Ben's Looking Out the Window Blues.
Very good friend of ours, Mr. Ben Lewis.
This is on the new Spin Doctors record. Spin Doctors record coming out in May. Heavily blues based. It's called If the River Was Whiskey.
We think Ben would have wanted it this way.
This is my friend, song about my friend Ben Lewis.
Shame
Stop
on-
your hammering. I'm on hitting them all. Cause every day's the anniversary of the year before. And if it's a day gone by, then it's 365. Random tangents, that's like a tree. Diversity, inevitability. And if it's a day gone by, then it's 365. I said band, but the band, I can't believe it's Monday again. Part of the problem is the passage of time. Part of the problem is what goes with salt and lime. Part of the problem is the answer is a key, and a big part of that is the thing that keeps me poor. Sunset's columns support a feeling like holes in a drowning man's frozen ceiling. And if it's a day gone by, then it's 365. John, would you like to play a solo? I said, Ben, oh, brother Ben, I can't believe it's Monday again. Part of the problem is the passage of time. Part of the problem is what goes with salt and lime. Part of the problem is the answer is a key, and a big part of that is the thing that keeps me poor. Sunset's colors support a feeling like holes in a drowning man's frozen ceiling. And if it's a day gone by, then it's 365. If it's a day gone by, then it's 365. If it's a day, if it's a day, if it's a day gone by, 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 it's 365.
You know what?
John Popper.
I decided I do it.
John Popper, ladies and gentlemen.
Chris Barron. Oh yeah, and Greg Martens. Let's get a hand for Greg Martens. He's throwing this whole crazy
Come on,
weekend.
everybody. Let's sing a really crappy version of Happy Birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gregory. Happy birthday to you.
He's 32 years young. He wanted me to let you guys know that we're going to be playing at the Port City Music Center.
Port City Music Center.
Port City Music Hall, the Port City Music Mall.
Port City Music Venue.
Arsenio Hall is playing at
Arsenio
Port City.
Music Hall.
Arsenio Music Hall, City Way. You guys know where it is. We're going to be playing there.
With the Fog Cutters, we're going to be doing arrangements of our songs with a gigantic horn ensemble.
Yes.
So I would like to tender our...
That's so much better. I thought it was a horny ensemble. I was very worried about what that was going to mean. Like,
I know, that reminds me of 1991.
Like a band with huge erections.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's not really
You know what I'm
appetizing.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kansas City.
Right. Here we come.
Oh, man. Jeez. Woo!
And we're back to the jizz soap.
Yeah, not an
circle.
extension cord and a jacuzzi full of creamed onions.
You're giving away the secret ingredients to the soap.
So we're going to do one more, and then we're going to bring up our friends.
Yeah, what's the band's?
What are they called?
The Shakes.
The Shakes.
They should be
so
mentioned
easy to remember.
because they're friggin' awesome. They really are. Right? We came in, they were rocking the place. So yeah, the Shakes are gonna come up here, and we'll continue trashing and trouncing you.
So this might be news to you. What? Little Miss Can't Be Wrong is dead.
That lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did tell me that. I was like, I feel bad that somebody died. Like, fucking dancing on
No, I'm fucking psyched. I'm happy. So this is a song about, people always think this next song is about an ex-girlfriend of mine or an ex-wife, and I got plenty of those, so if anybody wants to borrow one, come see me after the show. But this is actually about my dad's ex.
My sister remembers you telling the story, like, I'll bet you were wondering if you were Little Miss Can't Be Wrong, and she thought you were trying to hit on her. She told me the story like yesterday.
I wasn't trying to hit on your sister.
So now I have to explain this to her? Like, how does that go? He wasn't trying to hit on you, I promise. Like, yeah, it's no good way.
I've been a whole lot easier since the bitch left town. I've been a whole lot happier without a face around. Nobody upstairs, go stomp and shout. Nobody in the back door could have thrown my laundry out. I should hold this shotgun while you do to do it. I should want one man made of Hercules and something on. I've been a whole lot in the yard since the bitch is gone. Little bit can't be wrong. Little bit can't be wrong. Ain't nobody gonna bow no more when that sound you're gone. Little bit can't be wrong. What you gonna do to get to it along with these here rock and roll songs? I say ain't you hand-me-downs? Or would it be so bad to simply turn back and around? You cook so well up, how nice a French. You do your brains are too, mama. I'll put your monkey ranch. Little bit can't be wrong. Ain't nobody gonna bow no more when the sound you're gone. Little bit can't be wrong. What you gonna do to get to another one of these here rock and roll songs? Yeah, you can't be wrong. Oh, you can't be wrong, can't be wrong. You can't be wrong, oh, you can't be wrong. Hope damn cigarettes gonna make you cough. Hope you had this song and it pissed you off. I take that back, I hope you're doing fine. And if I had $1, I might give you $99. Little bit can't be wrong. Ain't nobody good about no more when you start your going. Little bit, can't be wrong. That sounds great. What you gonna do to get to another one of these here rock and roll songs? Little bit, can't be wrong. Ain't nobody gonna bow no more when you sound your gone. Little bit, can't be wrong. What you gonna do to get to another one of these here rock and roll songs? Can't be wrong, can't be wrong. You can't be wrong, wrong. Yeah, you can't be wrong. Oh, you can't be wrong, can't be wrong. Here we go.
Chris Barron. I love this man.
I love you too, John.